Okay, community day today. Lots of new decors. Makeup ones, ice cream ones for the new event. There were the mahjong ones too. How'd you guys do? I'll show you a little later. As well, I got some requests directly from Niantic for feedback from you guys directly. So hold on to that. I guess at first I'll start off the flowers and all that. Let's see what we got, huh? I got some large ones that might actually give me a new one, maybe anyways. Let's walk and I'll show you the mahjong ones I got actually. during this time, despite how much I walk and all, I actually wasn't able to collect 2 of them, so I actually decided it was actually a good opportunity to show you guys that option you have anyways if you wanted to spend coins to get a guaranteed Pikmin of your choice. So I got 2 of them and you can see how it works, and then afterwards it sprouts into the Pikmin of your choice. So you can see here in the options you can choose what you want specifically. So here's what it looks like. Alright, there's an event and I walked enough steps. Let me try to open this and as well the current ice cream event ones too.
Can you hold on to ball? One for you. Okay. Oh, you want the ball? You get the ball. Oh, 2 over here. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. What I do? I balance this like this, and counting down from 3. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Evan-san, fantastic assault.
Oh, they have an old school bus on display.
Magic box takes you anywhere. It does. Like it was like all like, but like some of those like
Let's find somewhere more quiet. Okay, more peaceful in this area. Let's see what we got. Duplicate, unfortunately. Alright, so now is a good time to talk about that topic where Niantic specifically asked me to ask you guys for feedback. And I thought this was great because this is kind of one of the things I was looking forward to, giving you guys a voice, for example. So for this topic specifically, they're asking you guys, what does Community Day, for example, mean to you, and what makes it special? As to why they're specifically looking for feedback, they told me one example were the changes when it comes to walking by big flowers and getting fruit. Normally on Community Day before, doesn't matter when or who sprouted the big flower, as long as you walked by, for example, then you would get the large fruit as well. So that kind of made it special on Community Day. It made it more accessible. Whereas now they actually changed it to you have to walk by within the first hour. So because of that change, they're saying, a lot of people are saying the day just doesn't feel special anymore. So what would you think about that first and foremost? Do you think the change of making it 1 hour only is good, or do you think it should be the old way where it doesn't matter who sprouted it or when you walk by, as long as it's sprouted and you walk by with your flowers, you should get the fruit? What would you think about that? I would agree with that notion, because if it's more difficult to get fruits on Community Day versus making it easier, then what's so special about the day? All you're really doing is something for yourself versus other people, like trying, for example, to get the Flower of the Month badge by walking 10,000 steps is more of a personal goal than having other people working together. And with that thought, I guess I kind of have to describe what I think a Community Day is, like in these types of games. Like, what does a community mean? I guess for Pikmin Bloom, the primary way I have gotten this sense of community thus far is either from seeing more fruits pop up frequently or seeing more players whacking at mushrooms than normal. It makes the game feel more alive, like you're not all by yourself when you see other players, for example. And the extra bonuses are nice, but ultimately it's seeing the presence of other players one way or another trying to accomplish similar goals that helps to encapsulate that Community Day feel, in my opinion. So what does that mean? I guess since it's a Niantic game, I kind of have to use other games as well in case someone needs a bigger picture on what I'm talking about. For example, people who work in the company. And for that, I'll use their biggest game, Pokémon Go. I played on the Pokémon Go Day, for example, and I guess for you that do as well, maybe you'll like this, you'll see what I caught. I mean, look at this, what I caught, a hundo. But like, there was that the main thing of the day that made it quote special is catching this Hundo legendary. To me, that's a nice bonus and it's great as part of the game, but ultimately it's walking around and seeing all these other players, for example, playing this game. In my opinion, that's the magical thing about a community day. It should be a way to bring people together. At the same time, doing raids, for example. That's why you want to build up your Pokemon and make them stronger. In my opinion, that's the special part, working with other players. So coming back to a game like Pikmin Bloom, I think that's what's kind of missing in a lot of ways for the community day. There's not as much, I guess, cooperation. For example, there's no things like enemies and all that. You're basically playing this game really passively in most cases. This phone is in your pocket, you don't know who's there or whatever. And again, the only real way you can tell is by seeing flowers on the ground or how many people are whacking mushrooms. So that's something I guess for the company to think about. Is there enough in the game to actually give that sense of community? Because at the moment, it's really kind of like a personal thing you're doing in this game, walking steps to get badges and so forth. So that's something to think about. As well, just for that thought in terms of getting fruits, ultimately another thing for a community day on what makes it special should be the day makes it easier or helps you progress in the game in some way. Now with Pikmin Bloom, the current challenges in this game in terms of progressing, if that's what you want to say, is to try to collect these decors. And like with these ice cream ones, for example, you need specific flowers. So that's actually good for the community day to get more of those fruits to help you progress in the game. However, with that said, there's an imbalance that makes it feel, I guess, not so special for a lot of people, because with these challenges, you need specific types of flowers, and on community day you normally get the fruits that are the flower of the month. Now imagine like today someone needs spider lilies to get past this challenge. There's no fruit dropping spider lilies, so they're kind of stuck in the game. They can't progress. So that's something for, I guess, the developers to think about. There's an imbalance of sort in terms of making community day a more, I guess, team-oriented thing where you have more people and at the same time helping you to actually progress in this game and the challenges. Like I said again, you could be getting a lot of the flower of the month fruits, but then you're stuck because you have no spider lilies, for example. So that's something to think about. So what would you guys think? Leave your thoughts and feedbacks. Again, I thought this was a great opportunity and is what I was looking forward to before in terms of giving you guys the voice. If you know someone, for example, they're too shy to write their comments, you write it for them. This is your opportunity to be heard. Because as they say too, it's kind of like voting. They say if you don't vote, then it doesn't count. Or like in this case, if you don't say anything, then they're just going to assume, oh, I guess what we do is absolutely perfect, or that type of thing. So leave your comments and feedbacks about this community day. Again, what makes it special? What does it mean to you, that day in general? And again, try to stay within that topic, I guess, versus other things which I could bring up in another time. They do listen too, because remember that one feature I mentioned too, which I thought would be great if they changed, on how in order to feature Pikmin, for example, normally you have to select the ones that are in a bud stage and feed them. It takes such a long time. I'd ask, hey, can you just make it where when you tap like the whistle twice, it automatically sorts out those Pikmin for you? And they actually did that. You guys notice this? If you double tap, it replaces it with the bud one, so it makes feeding really easy now. I'll show you like here. Such a great quality of life improvement for the game in my opinion. Other than that, I gotta wrap it up.